16 and a half. I got to get it. I got to get it out of my system, so there's going to be a few minutes of me around. Okay, folks, we're out here in Paint Fork area, Madison County, near Hot Springs. I just loaded the bike up. Kind of going to do a video of before and a video kind of after my big trip in May and the Smoky Mountain 500 in April. Basically, going to talk a little bit about what I carry on the bike, how I got it set up, so when I do the remake after these trips, I can figure out what stuff I don't need to take. So we're going to kind of go through the stuff. On my back I have this, and that's where I got my microphone clipped to, so sorry for the noise. But I have a Camelback, and on the Camelback I'm going to have, a couple of liters of water. Inside there is where I'll carry the spot tracker. It's right here in this pack, and I'll carry a first aid kit. Might have snacks or something in there. Really was trying to figure out a way of not carrying a Camelback, but as a few of you might know, one of my greatest fears is running out of water. But yes, I'm going to have a Camelback as of right now with water. In the top of the back of the bike, I have a dry bag. It's a little 20-liter C-line dry bag. In this dry bag, I'll carry the tent, the poles. I think I've even got a chair in here. That way I'll have it isolated from anything else that could possibly get wet. These are the tent poles. That's something I learned real quick with this Mosko Moto luggage. It's a little talcum powder, foot powder, etc., etc. Makes things slide in and out of these dry bags a little easier. Here's my tent that I've been struggling with as far as keeping it. I really wanted to find some new poles for it. Just a two-person tent, and of course my REI chair. Some people call these a luxury item to carry with you on trips. This is a must-have. Got to have a comfortable place to sit of an evening when you're sitting around the campfire, possibly shooting the breeze with other riders that are doing the same thing as you, having a meal, cold drink, whatever. But that's what I'll have back here on the back of the bike. Very light, of course, unless it's soaked from the rain. I do have the Mosko Moto Reckless 80 luggage. And this is where I'll carry my sleep system, sleeping bags, and cooking gear. In this ox box is where I carry my tools. Well, most of my tools. In a previous, they smoking some left-handed cigarettes. You never know. Smells not so bad. But my tools will be here in this ox box pocket on the Mosko Moto. Remember the whole white towel method of determining which tools you need to carry with you. I'm out in the shop today and I'm going to go over the tools that I'm planning on carrying on my April trip and then my May trip. As you can see here, I got a pump, air pressure gauge. This is a tire repair kit. It has patches and plugs, vulcanizing glue. This was a Best Rest product. I believe it was Best Rest. Very good tire repair kit. Has a couple of Schrader valves, caps, the glue for the tire, the tube patch, and a couple of patches. I got some rim guards here. These items here will stay in the bags that I have on my engine guards, crash guards, whatever you want to call them, where I carry the tubes, these bulky items that don't weigh that much. But these will stay in the bags in the engine guards. This is the bulk of my toolkit. I had a wise friend of mine tell me to use the white towel method whenever I'm working on the motorcycle. Any kind of maintenance, any kind of repairs, I lay out a white towel laying on the floor, and when I work on the motorcycle, I primarily work out of this. You know, if I'm going to use a power tool or something like that, or a torque wrench, I grab it off the bench. But whenever I run across a bolt or nut or a fastener that's not, the tool's not in this bag, then I go get it out of the tool kit, an extra one, and I put it on the white towel. So I work off of the white towel, and when I'm finished, I put the tools back in the bag. That way, whenever I'm out on the road, if I need a tool for whatever fastener, it should be in this bag. This is a hodgepodge of tools, some more tire repair stuff, but basically this has the load of tools that I plan to carry, minus maybe some JB Weld. You know, I got some extra wire ties in there, some bigger wire ties. You never know what you might be able to do with wire ties. Have the Motion Pro tire tools, bead breakers, got a couple extra tire spoons. You know how fun that always is. More of my tire repair kit that I don't want to carry up front with my tubes. It has a pointy end. I don't want to carry that with my tubes. Got some tape, fuse puller. This little Allen wrench here is for these lightweight axle wrenches that I purchased. They're cheap. Don't know, still on the fence about it. But you take out these caps and you have extra wrenches there. Once they prove themselves, then I can narrow down or pare down some of the wrenches that I carry. So I have an assortment of wrenches, box end, open ends, multi-tool. I do have a couple of sockets for those hard to reach places, a pair of pliers, an axle wrench, of course, a few extra Allen keys, extra wire in case, you know, you can wire something up, and then the good old adjustable bit screwdriver. So that's basically what I carry in my toolkit. Put it all in here. I'm going to carry it in the ox pocket of the Mosko Moto luggage. Pretty basic toolkit. I do have a chain breaker on the way. Don't know why I've always made it this far without a chain breaker. Mainly because we just use a side grinder, grind it off, and put a clip style master link in there. The top roll on this bag, the beaver tail is what they call it there. This is where I'll carry my clothing and some of the electronics, and I'm not going to carry electronics, a lot of electronics, just cameras, charging cables, etc., etc. But I have clothes in here. I have shorts, t-shirts, socks, underwear. This is where I carry my clothes, and you notice that it's not even half full. The reason it's not full is because end of the day, that's where I hope to carry any food that I'm going to plan to eat for the evening, or you know, snacks, breakfast stuff for the next day. Not planning on carrying food all the way. We get the food as we go. But it allows me to put my jacket in there. If I get too hot, I can put it underneath the beaver tail, etc., etc. But clothing will be in the top roll. I'm going to take my jacket off so I can put my gear on it, and it's getting a little warm. But this is my cook kit and or what I call emergency meals, so to speak, if all else fails. But this is what I carry most of the time when I'm backpacking or camping out of a canoe. Always going to carry a Sawyer Squeeze water purification. I got an emergency MRE. This is my cook pot, and inside there I have a single pot burner, extra lighter, of course, in case the striker has been melted. Fuel canister. This is a new Sea to Summit frying pan, cook pot, kettle. Nest together real well. It was a Christmas gift, never have used it. In here I got a bowl and a cup, and my utensils. And of course, this is pretty cool. I kind of like it. This is my little, I don't even know what to call it other than a lantern, but it's a solar powered lantern with LED lights in it. Kind of hang it up in the tent. You can hang it up outside wherever you're at, but solar powered. Kind of cool way to have a little extra light, you know. For some reason or other, I got in the habit of leaving a light on in the tent of a night, even when I'm in a campground. Let's just say I don't want to get run over by a vehicle while I'm sleeping. So, got used to sleeping with the light on. How's that? Next in here, I have my toiletry, toilet paper, a couple of camp towels, soap. I'll add toothpaste, toothbrush, the toiletries to that bag. Extra rock straps, now that I've found them. And I got, you know, extension cord, multiple places to plug in if we're at a campground, and can charge up my electronic devices. Fire starters, makes starting the campfire easier. The saw, and this one will cause most people to pause. Yes, I'm riding a Honda, but based off my history with the last motorcycle, I carry oil. Sorry, but the last motorcycle I had consumed oil. This one, not the same. But that's what I carry in the right side. It is empty. Oh, there is a piece of paracord. Paracord. That's what I carry on the right side. So not a lot of stuff, so to speak. This is the left side. Someone from the peanut gallery had to correct me. Left side. Moving on to the right side of the motorcycle, in this bag here, I have an auxiliary pocket. I don't have the little pack in there, but that's where I'm gonna carry this insulated water container. Speaking of which, just have a little swig of water. I like these insulated containers, keep stuff cool. Amazing what you can get in these containers, and it will keep it cold all day. But in this side, this is mainly my sleep system. I'm going to have in the top of there, easy to get to, is some rain gear for either on the bike. If I've got the right jacket on, I won't need rain gear for the top for my jacket, but I have rain pants for the rain. That'll stay right on the top, easy to get to, and the rest of this is my sleep system. In here I have a climate insulated sleeping pad, inflatable, and on the top of it, that's where I'll keep an inflatable pillow. Thanks to Uncle Sam. I have a bad neck, and I have to have a pillow. So there's the air mattress, there's a pillow. I also carry a cot sheet, and when it's cool, this gives me a couple more degrees of staying warm. For this spring and summer around here, I will use a 40-degree sleeping bag, a marmot bag, and inside here I also have a poncho liner. If you know, you know. Poncho liner and a 40-degree sleeping bag, I can sleep comfortably, probably down to 30 degrees, and I do not like cold weather. So, yep, that's sleeping bag, and that's my poncho liner. And that's all I carry on the right side. And there is another emergency meal in here, MRE. Chicken chunks, white, cooked. It'll keep you alive is all I gotta say. But that's what I carry in my luggage. So front of the bike on the crash bars, I do have a front and rear inner tube. I may have said earlier, I also carry in there the air pressure gauge, the tire pump, and the tire repair kit. I also carry around tire plug kit for The other guys that might be riding with me, if they ever have a puncture, we can plug their tire. All this fits in those 2 bags on the side of the crash bars. And of course I have the tank bag. In the tank bag, I'll have some of the electronics, camera equipment, a knife, headlight or headlamps and light. There's a cover for it, a small tripod for if I ever use the telephone, using my phone to record something. This expands up. I also have my Garmin GPS in there. For these 2 trips, I'm going to rely solely on the Gaia and using Apple CarPlay, see how that works, but I'm also taking my GPS as a backup. But that pretty much covers what I plan to use and carry when on an adventure trip, whether it be the Smoky Mountain 500 or hopefully in May, the Mid-Atlantic Backcountry Discovery Route. Other than food, what else am I going to need? But I'll be interested to see when I make this same video after these 2 trips, what stays and what gets added. There will be more clothing, of course. I'll have enough clothing in half of that 22-liter bag for whatever amount of time I'm traveling, whether it be a week or whether it be just a weekend trip. So that's how I plan to do it. Give me your thoughts. Tell me if I'm doing something backwards. But because the exhaust is on that side of the bike, that's why that side of the bike is much lighter, the pack, than this side. Kind of offset the weight of the exhaust. But I think it's a good system. It's what's worked for me in the past. Give me your thoughts.